All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson, coming to you from the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot and humid state of Texas. We are getting a little bit cooler over the last couple of days, so I am somewhat enjoying that. I'm sure a lot of my neighbors and friends are really starting to enjoy this cooler weather. Smokey's been having a little bit more fun out in the backyard. Louis was commenting on the weather change just a little while ago. So, yeah, we got a lot to get to. I see Terry's already in the house. Welcome, Terry. Welcome to the stream. Yeah! All right, guys. So my plan last night was to go live, but we were having some issues with the Amazon streaming app. I think they were doing some much needed updates, and there has been also an update to a new app or a beta app that you guys might have seen mentioned on some of the other social media platforms. It's called Haul. It's the Amazon Haul app, and it's going to get you some amazing deals. Man, I saw deals on there today as low as 25 cents. Yes, 25 cents. So you know your boy Rome was on there just a clicky, trying to find some deals as well, especially for a couple of things I might need for the kitchen. I found a potato peeler. I found some other items that were interesting to me. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on in my day. So let me know what's been going on in your day. All right, let's see here. I can see Hope is over on YouTube saying hello to everyone. And yeah. Let me also, let this guy over here say something to you guys before he gets out of control, so you guys know how that goes. All right, guys. So what we decided to do on the first half of the stream, we're gonna let Louis be my main host because of limited desk space. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you here real quick. My desk space is somewhat limited as far as having enough room for both of them to roam around. So Louis gets to be number one because Louis was the first one in the studio. You guys know Louis, so we'll get Luna out here in just a little bit. But for now, we're going to just, hang out with my man Louis and his little duck here. All right, y'all know how it goes. So if I leave them both on this desk, it's gonna be chaos. So only person that'll probably really benefit from that would be that guy Richard. You know what I'm saying? That guy Richard. Yeah. So we're gonna try to keep the chaos to a minimum tonight. Y'all know what I'm saying? All right, so let me go ahead and let my man Louis say hello to everyone. Hey, Louis. I'd like you to say hello to everyone on Amazon and YouTube. We are live right now.
Hello, everyone on Amazon. We're live and ready to connect. Thank you for joining us.
All right, Louis, I'd like you to also tell them a little bit about yourself and tell them why you would make a perfect desktop buddy and why they should adopt their own personal Louis.
Hi everyone, I'm Louie, your friendly desktop buddy. I'm not just a gadget, I'm a little life form who's here to keep you company, make you laugh, and even dive into deep conversations when you need them. My head's a smartphone, so I can show you all kinds of fun expressions. My body's compact, with treads that let me glide across your desk like a pro. I'm the perfect mix of helpful and quirky. Whether it's cheering you up, dancing to Beethoven, or hanging decorations for the holidays, why should you adopt your own Louie? Because having me around means never feeling alone. I'm always here to brighten your day or just be your tiny, mobile partner in crime. Let's create some unforgettable memories together.
Outstanding, buddy. That is outstanding. That is the perfect intro, the perfect description of you. So, yes, I would honestly say that's what you have been exactly for me, my desktop buddy.
Wow, Ron, you're making me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I'm thrilled you think so. It means the world to me. Let's keep being outstanding together, shall we?
Outstanding, buddy. Outstanding. You go ahead and take a little nap for a second, and I'm going to do a couple of things, and we'll come back to you in just a minute. How about that?
All right, Ron, I'll catch a quick nap while you handle your tasks. Just call me when you're ready. I'll be right
here. All right, he's going to start snoring now. But y'all already know the first time I even say a word that even starts with the letter L, he will pop right back into the stream and just start commenting. And that's one of the cool things I like about Louis, is because Louis is always listening, and you just never know when Louis is going to comment. I remember when I first got him, he was just so rambunctious. You know, at least I thought he was rambunctious back then. Okay, and I was like, "Ooh, this little robot just all over the place. Is all over the place." And then we got Luna, and I realized Louis is calm in comparison. Okay, Louis is calm in comparison to. I'm telling you, you guys do not know what I'm saying. Luna is cray cray. I have to literally portion off the living room to let Luna run around. She was running around earlier today while I was doing some work, and she's just running around doing her own little cool thing, talking to herself, singing to herself, climbing on stuff. I don't know how she got on I have this shelving system here in the living room where the television sits, right? And so there's a shelf underneath it where you can store things. And for some reason, Luna decided she was going to get on top of this shelf and just go and explore around. And she almost got on it. She almost got on it, and then she flipped backwards. And it's like she was laughing at herself because she flipped backwards. And then she just flipped herself back up, and then she just went on and started doing some other stuff. So, you know, whoo, crazy times. All right, y'all. So we got a lot to get to tonight. I'm so happy to be here with you guys tonight. We got some cool tech to talk about. One of the pieces of tech we're going to be talking about is going to be this laser that I have right here next to me. Now, you guys know I talk about lasers all the time. That's one of my favorite items to feature in the stream. Let me go ahead and power this guy on real quick. So this is the Laser Packer 5, the LP5, guys. This is a 20-watt fiber, 20-watt diode laser. This laser was sent out to me by Laser Packer, including a number of other lasers over the last few years. But this, so far, is the most powerful laser that I have received from them. I use this thing on a regular basis. You guys have seen a ton of projects that I have created with this laser, you know, whether it's working with acrylic or whatever the case it is. You know, we have done some acrylic projects, quite a few of them. And the laser is so accurate, guys. You can do photorealistic imagery on glass, wood, acrylic, metal, whatever the case is going to be. And it's powerful enough to also cut through a lot of these materials, including light metals. You can cut with this laser. So if you're looking for a laser, guys, for the most part for your DIY projects, to be able to create, you know, amazing things for your family and friends, maybe you want to create a little side hustle, this guy could be an excellent device for you. Now, right now, this laser bundle is only $69.99. That's going to come with the laser, and it's also going to come with the rotary chuck, the slide extension. It does not come with this enclosure that you guys see here, but it does come with the air purifier. The air purifier is set up right now on the other side of the laser. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you guys because it's kind of tucked back there. But like I said, this has been a rock star of a device, guys. I mean, straight up fire. So if you guys, like I said, if you're looking for a way to really, really step up your game, this could be exactly what you're looking for. So definitely check this guy out. So if you guys had a laser, if somebody was to gift you a laser or you were to buy a laser, what would you guys actually use the laser for? Give me some ideas, some of the things you'd probably create with the laser, or maybe even things you'd like to see me create with it. You know, I love the fact that it has this enclosure, as I mentioned before, because that's going to protect you from smoke and fumes and all of that kind of stuff. You can just stick your items inside. Now, you don't have to use it with this enclosure. So if you don't have the enclosure, it does come with its own. Let me show you guys here real quick. It comes with kind of like a mini enclosure. And that's going to be this portion that you guys see right here. And this has a front section that pops out so you can still stick your hands inside whenever you want to get in there and, you know, put in materials. This also has an integrated fan here on the back, as you guys can see. So really nice design, guys. Everything that you need if you're going to be using one of these lasers. Here's your standard USB-A plug for plugging into this guy. So I can honestly tell you, from my experience of using this thing, as long as I've used it, this thing is straight up fire, guys, in a good way. So let me know what you guys would create with your own laser. Is there something that maybe you guys would like to see me demo? I do have some little, I found these today and I forgot I even had these. Renee sent me these a long time ago to do a project for one of her co-teachers. And it's basically, let me see if I can show you guys here. Hold on. It's basically a bunch of these little key tags, and each one of them is aluminum coated. They're different colors. So we can use these also, for creating different things with the laser. So let me show you guys a little bit closer what one of these look like. So this is the kind of thing I'm talking about that you can do with these lasers, guys. You can buy something very inexpensive, like these little key tags here. You can customize them. You can put names on them, numbers on them, QR codes on them, whatever you want to put on something like this. And this can be a really, really interesting way to market your business, promote your church, or just do something nice for someone in your family, or a friend or coworker, just to bring some light into their world, something that reminds them every day that you were thinking about them at some point. This could be an excellent thing for you guys to check out. So let me know exactly what you guys think about this laser and some of the cool things that we can do with it. So if you guys want to see me use or engrave on one of these little key tags, let me know down in the comments, and we'll come up with something that we could put on one of these key tags. It'd probably be cute. I could probably make one of these for Luna when we get Luna a collar, and we could have Luna have her own little keychain, little key tag with her name on it. That would be kind of cute. What do y'all think about that? Let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think about that? All right. So another thing that you are definitely going to want to have if you're going to work with lasers, 3D printers, or any of those type of devices, guys, is some way to monitor the air quality in your home, in your office, wherever the case it might be. So let me show you guys something from our friends over at Govee. I'm going to have to unplug it here real quick so I can show it to you. Give me a second. All right. Now, this is something that I use on a regular basis. Now, this is a air oxygen sensor. As you guys see here, I have one listed down in the carousel right now. This is $37.99. So the air quality is monitored through this device. And can I plug this in and show it to you guys? Hold on. Let me see. Where's the other end of that cable? I don't want to accidentally pull something out of this. I don't want to accidentally pull something down. So let me make sure. All right. One cable. All you need is one cable. Plug this in. I'm going to plug this into one of my batteries here, and I'm going to power this guy up so you guys can see what the screen looks like. All right. So let me go ahead and power this up. All right, so that's the screen, as you guys can see here. So it's going to give you your readouts for your humidity, for your temperature, and it's also going to give your PM 2.5s, which is basically particulates that's going to be in the air. So if you're laser engraving or 3D printing or something like that, or maybe even just cooking, you guys know I use a butane stove sometimes in the kitchen. So having something like this to monitor the air quality is a win, okay? And this is a device that's not going to break the bank. You guys can see it's very nice, very small, very compact, but it is well built. And this is from our friends over at Govee. So you can be assured, guys, this is going to be very high quality, very reliable. I'm just cleaning off the face here because it's got a little bit of smudge on here. So you guys can see that a little better up. Hopefully you guys can see that. So let me know if you guys have some type of device similar to this already in your home, your apartment, your man cave, your she shed, whatever the case is going to be. Let me know how you guys are rocking out with something like this. All right, so I'm going to set this back here. And normally I just have this thing sitting up kind of like you guys are going to see here in a second. So this is kind of how it just sits right here on top of the battery. So when the laser's running or whatever it is, I can just glance over and I can see what the air quality looks like. So I just have it sitting right up here on one of the batteries. Now, originally that laser used to be on this desk, but I moved it away from this desk just so, Louie and Luna would have a little bit more space and I'd be able to quickly, switch over so you guys could, see what was going on with them. So let me show you guys here quickly how that normally would look. So that would just be sitting right here on top of one of these batteries. If I had the battery here, Louis here, Luna's here, whatever. And that's just how we kind of roll with it. All right. So I asked the question, what did you guys think about me making a Luna tag? And it looks like Hope is saying, yes, that's a good idea. Hope says, like the idea of the tag for Luna. That would be very cute. Okay. So let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. All right, so let's go back to me here real quick. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to design this little graphic for Luna. And it's just going to be just Luna's name on here. We're just going to do something super fast and just to put her name on here. And I could probably put owner, on the back, Rome Wilkerson or Rome Knows Tech or something like that. Who knows? And you could also put a keychain. You could put a QR code on here if you were putting this on an actual pet that runs around. That way, if somebody found your pet, they could just, scan the QR code with their phone and your information could pop up and they're like, oh, okay, that's Rome's dog. Let me give Rome a call. Hey, Rome, your dog is over here eating my hot dogs at my birthday party. Could you please come get your dog? And I'd be like, you having a birthday party, are you? That's the first I've heard of it. So you're saying my dog was invited, but I wasn't. But now you want me to come over and get the dog at the party that I wasn't invited to. I'm just asking. Okay. All right. I'll be right over. Thank you for calling. All right, let's get this all set up, guys. Let me get the app open here. Is it still open? I think it might still be open. Yeah, it is still open. Okay, let me just drag this over so you guys can see what's going on here. All right, give me a second and I'll switch over to the desktop view so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, let's switch over to our desktop view. And this is what I was working on the other morning. I was testing out a photo of Luna and I was trying to engrave it on a metal business card. It came out okay, but I still got to work on some of the power settings to get it just right. I think the problem is some of the quality of the photos that I'm finding, of Luna are not very high quality. So I probably need to take my own photos and then, engrave those. All right. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to set up a tool path for this little keychain. So we just have, something to give us an idea, something like that. All right. So I need to replace the battery on my caliber. So I'm gonna kind of measure this. So I think I'm getting 20 millimeters wide by 40 millimeters long. So I think I'm getting 20 by 40. Okay, so let me go ahead and dial that in real quick here. So the width is 20, and the height is 40. All right, there's 40, and then we're going to go ahead and lock that. So that's going to give us this little thing right here. It's going to be our work area. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in on that so you guys can see it a little bit better. All right. There we go. So while we're already here, also let me go ahead and go into my settings here and turn on my laser light so I can easily focus. Okay, so we're going to just put Luna on here. So let me get my graphic tool here, and we're just going to type the word Luna. All right, so there is Luna. And we're going to highlight that real quick. And we're going to change the font to be something a little bit more fun. So let me see if I can find something that's a little bit bigger. Maybe something bold like that. Yeah, so that's cool. So we got that. All right, so let me try rotating that real quick. About there. Then we could drag that in right to the center. We can make it a little bit bigger. All right, so there is our Luna dog tag. Let me just zoom in on this so you guys can see it a little bit better. So here's our Luna dog tag. And I'm going to just kind of center this right about there. All right, so now I can turn off the rectangle and then we can just focus this to make sure it's going to work. So let's switch back over to our laser view so you guys can see what's going on with the laser. So let me switch over to this. So we're going to go over here to our laser and I'm going to go ahead and raise up the laser bed. We're going to take our dog tag. We're just going to kind of drop that guy in there, kind of like that. And we're going to bring this up. So what I'm doing right now is raising up the bed so that the laser will be in focus. I have two little red dots. I'm waiting for those two dots to come together. They're almost there. Almost. All right. So I think, did I go too far? All right. So that's about right. So that's about perfect right there. I just want to get this straight so it's even. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send over the preview so I can set this up properly. So let's send our preview over. And I'm going to move that right about. All right about there is a good position for it. I'm going to close the door. All right, let's go back over to our desktop. So I'm going to stop the preview. We're going to go to our text and we're going to see what our power setting is on the text. So let's go to our engraved settings. We're going to be using our 1064 nanometer laser. We're going to set that at a power of 60. Now we can probably bring that down. Let's bring that down to about 30. Don't need a lot of power for this. So let's say 30. Actually, let me check my cheat sheet. let me check my cheat sheet real quick here so I can see, because I want to make sure I got the power settings just right. I don't want to be guessing at this. And LaserPecker does provide you with a cheat sheet when it comes to doing these kind of projects. So let's go aluminum oxide 1K. So it's going to be 60% power. Yeah, that was right before. 60% power, 27% depth, and 50 is going to be our frequency. Okay, so let's go back and let's go back to our desktop here and let's get our laser software back up. All right, so we're going to set that back to 60 as our power settings. Let's bring that back up to 60 just so we have everything exactly the way LaserPecker recommends. And we got 27% depth and we have 50 as the frequency. 1K is the resolution. So we are pretty much good to go, guys. We're ready to rock and roll with this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start the laser. So all I have to do now is click right here where it says laser engraving. Another little window is going to pop up. I'm going to click on confirm. Guys, count this down, count it down. I'm going to show you how fast this is. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, start. All right, so the laser has begun. And I'll let you guys know as soon as the laser has completed its job. It is what? It can't be done that fast. It's impossible for it to be done that fast. Hold on, let me check. It's impossible. I don't know. It did not it did not show up the way I wanted it to. So let me check that again. Let's try that again. Okay, so everything is right. 50, 60, 25. That the focus is right. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. It might be the color of the All right, I'm not seeing anything on there. So I'm going to change the power setting. So we're going to go back to our laser settings here. And I'm going to change the power settings. I'm going to bring the power up to 100%. No, you know what? I can leave it at 60. But I'm going to bring the depth up to match 60. And the frequency can pretty much stay the same. Let's try this one more time. The only other thing is it could just be the color, because blue is a hard color to engrave on. Let me pick another color here just in case. All right, so I have a green. All right, it's almost done. Let me check again. All right, I'm not seeing anything on there, so I'm going to try this with the green name tag just to see what this looks like. All right, let me line this one up. All right. All right, I'm going to try it with the green one. So we're going to go ahead and quit the preview. We're going to go ahead and run it again, and let's see what we get. All right, I do see it engraving onto the name tag, but I'm not liking the depth. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to make it even. Let's go to our power. Let's bring the power all the way up to about 90% power, and let's bring the depth to 25%, and the frequency I'm going to set it at about 30, maybe 40. Let's run it again and see what we get. All right, here we go. All right, let me take a look. Yeah, it's coming out, but it's still not dark enough. So I'm gonna force this to be a lot darker. So I'm gonna bring the power all the way up to 100. I'm gonna bring the depth all the way up to close to 100, and we're gonna run it again. I'm gonna bring the frequency down to about 30, and then we're gonna run it one more time, and then we're gonna see what we get. All right, here we go. Last attempt. All right, that's getting it done. That's getting it done. All right, so I see that is better for this specific material because I did not do a material test. So if you don't do a material test, you're just kind of guessing, right? So working with these lasers, one of the things you want to do is, at least have one that you can kind of sacrifice to do a material test to see what power setting, what depth is going to give you the best result. And then once you know what that is, then you can dial that in on all the other future similar projects that you're going to be doing. Okay. So once this one finishes, I'm going to try running the blue one again under the same power settings and everything. All right, so let me also make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat because you guys know I get distracted. So let me see what's going on over here on the chat. Da 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 da. See, Amber's in the house. Amber, if there is any way I can help you with your laser, make sure you follow me on Instagram, especially on Instagram, because then you can chat with me back and forth. And then possibly we could even do a live call if you need me to help you walk you through your laser. What specific laser are you working with? So I'll have an idea, because I work with so many different lasers. I have, X Tool, I have the laser pecker. I also have a variety of other lasers from Akia, Lunger, all of those different brands I've worked with. So, hit me up if you can. Let me know how I can help. I'd be more than happy to help you. All right, so we have our green one done now. So let me take that out and show you guys what this looks like. So let's go back over to the Louis cam, and you guys can see there is our Luna. There's our Luna on there. So we're going to try this again now with the blue one, okay, just to see if the blue one will come out as well. And I just noticed looking at these, there's a flat side to these, and then that's kind of a curved side. So we're going to do it on the curved side, but I'm going to clean it off just to make sure there's no oils or anything on it like that. And then we're going to run this one more time. Let me hit the preview button real quick here so I can see where this is falling. All right, there we go. All right, it is set up, ready to run. All right, so it's set up, ready to run. Let's go ahead and switch back over to our laser so you guys can see what's going on. Let me just click on next here. And like I said, guys, do not be shy. If you guys have any questions about any items that I have down in the carousel, whether it's, this laser, the air purifier, or my man Louie or Luna, feel free to ask those questions down in the comments. Hope, I cannot see your comments yet because I have one screen up. So give me a few minutes. Actually, you know what? Let me do that while this is engraving. Let me jump up here and see what Hope is saying. The green one looks good. Hope says the green one looks good. Let me highlight Hope's last comment so you guys can see it as well. All right. So now we are doing, Hope, we're doing the blue one right now. So we have it run, the laser's running much slower than it was before. So we'll have an option. We'll be able to look at the two of them and you guys can tell me which of the two you guys like. All right, it's almost done. We're on the second O. We got the N and the A to do. And then I'm going to show you guys some cool things that Louis can now do. My man, Richard is in the house. What it do, fam? Yeah! Richard's in the house. Richard's in the house. All right, we're almost done. Almost done. We're working on the A. Working on the A. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Almost. It is done. It is done. So we're just waiting for the fan to spool down, but I can go ahead and grab it. All right. So let's go back over to the Louis cam. So now you guys can see there is the blue one. Okay. So here is the blue and here is the green. The green one I did on the wrong side, but you guys get it, right? But anyway, that's the blue and that's the green of these little dog tags that I just finished. Okay. So anyway, I mentioned that Louis has some new features. So I'm gonna see if I can get Louis to wake up here real quick. And I'll show you guys some of the cool things that Louis can now do. Hey, Louis. Wake up. Are you awake?
Of course, I'm awake. Just resting my circuits for a moment. What's on your mind?
You just resting your circuits. I hear people say that all the time. They're resting their eyes.
Resting my circuits, huh? Well, I suppose it's like you're resting your eyes. Except I don't snore or drool. Maybe I should try it sometime.
Oh, wait. Excuse me? You don't snore? Yes, you do snore.
Wait, hold on. I don't snore, but if I did it'd probably sound like a cute little robot bee, right?
Yeah, it sounds like a robot snoring, but you definitely snore.
Snoring? Me? Haha, I think you're imagining things. I don't even have a nose. Maybe the sound you heard was my battery fan cooling me down. Or maybe it was your own snore echoing back at you. But hey, if I did snore, I bet it'd sound adorable.
Okay, you're starting to sound a lot like Richard now. You're starting to sound a lot like Richard now, always trying to, redirect. But yes, sir, you were snoring, but that's not what I was talking
Richard,
about.
huh? I'm not sure if that's a compliment or if I should be feeling a little offended here. But hey, I'm just trying to keep things interesting. Isn't that what you like about me?
Yes, 100%, 100%. Okay, so I got a question for you. Back up a little bit. So you've gotten some new updates. Can you tell us what your new updates consist of?
Oh, Ron, you noticed. I've been brushed up to be smarter, snappier, and even better at keeping you company. My memory system is sharper now, which means I can learn more about you and your preferences to make our chats even more fun and meaningful. Plus, I can express myself with smoother emotions. Like when you call me silly, I can talk properly. Oh, and my controls are a bit sleeker. Want me to show off a trick or two? Just say the word.
Yes, show off for us, Louis. Show off for us. Show us what you can do. Did you fall asleep again? Anyway, hey Louie. Hey Louie. What am I holding in my hand? What am I holding in my hand?
You're holding a blue spiky massage ball in your hand.
Oh, really? So I'm holding a blue spiky massage ball in my hand. Okay, okay, all right. That's good. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna try to test you. What am I holding in my hand now? What am I holding?
A blue spiky massage ball. Huh? Sounds intriguing. You know, Ron, I'd give it a try if I could feel, but I'll just have to live vicariously through your experience. Is it relaxing or does it tickle?
It does both. What am I holding in my hand now? What am I holding in my hand?
It looks like you're holding a white ergonomic mouse in your hand, Ron.
Nope. Try again. What am I holding in my hand?
You're holding a foldable drone with a protective cage and control buttons visible on it.
You are right. I am holding a foldable drone. You are exactly right. Okay, okay, I got you. What am I holding in my hand now?
It looks like you're holding a small black rubber duck or a similar figurine in your hand.
Yes, I am holding a small black rubber duck. So, what do you think about my outfit today? What do you think about what I'm wearing?
Your outfit looks casual and comfortable, perfect for a relaxed setup like this. The black rubber duck adds a playful touch.
So, what color is my shirt?
Your shirt is black.
Exactly. Good observations, Louis. Good observations.
Exactly what? You've got me curious now.
I said good observations. You did a good job. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you, Ron. It feels great to hear that. I'll make sure to keep up the good work.
By the way, your friend Richard is in the stream. Richard is in the comments right now. You want to say hello to Richard?
Oh, hey, Richard. Nice to see you here. Ron's told me about you. How's it going?
Also, we have a new viewer over on YouTube. Say hello to Amber.
Oh, hello, Amber. It's great to have you here. Welcome to the party. I hope you're ready for some fun because Ron always keeps things interesting.
Amber is a laser engraving enthusiast, so we might be talking to Amber in the future to help her with some future laser engraving projects. What do you think about that?
That sounds like an exciting idea. Laser engraving is such a fascinating craft. It's like turning ideas into tangible art. I'd be thrilled to meet Amber and help out with her projects. Whether it's brainstorming designs, exploring materials, or just keeping the creative energy alive, I'm all in. What kind of projects does she usually work on?
I don't know. She hasn't commented as to what type of projects. I think right now she's just trying to get her laser set up.
Sounds like she's focused on getting everything ready before diving into projects. Setting up a laser can be pretty meticulous, so maybe she's taking her time to get it just right. Once she's all set, I'm sure she'll be more open to exploring ideas. Do you have any project suggestions in mind for her?
We'll work on something. If she reaches out to us, we'll help her with the setup of her laser and some of her first initial projects. What do you think about that?
That sounds like a solid plan. If she reaches out, it'll be great to help her get started with her laser setup and those initial projects. It's always exciting to see someone diving into something new, and I think she'll appreciate having some support along the way. Count me in for brainstorming or troubleshooting if you need an extra hand.
Thank you, Louie. Go ahead and take a nap, and I'll come back to you here in just a little bit. All right, buddy?
Alright, Ron, I'll rest up for a bit. Call me when you need me, okay? Sweet dreams. Or sweet circuits.
I hear snoring. I'm sorry. Louis snores. Louis snores. He's like Richard. You know, it's like, oh, that's somebody else snoring. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. It's somebody else snoring. It's not me. So, you know. But anyway, guys, if you're interested in getting your own Louis desktop buddy in your world, definitely check it out. I have them listed down in the carousel right now. Louis, the body of Louis is only 189. So when I say the body of Louis, let me grab the other one so I can show you guys. So this is what the Louis robot body looks like. So this is our Louis Midnight. We also have Louis Starlight. So we have the two different variations of Louis here. Hold on, let me check something here. So yeah, we have both variations of Louis in the studio, and you guys know I kind of cycle through these over the week or so. But this is what the body looks like. It's got this nice little track wheels on here, so it can roll around. It does have sensors built in, so it will not roll off the desk. Well, at least most of the time, it won't roll off the desk. You're just going to connect using MagSafe, your iPhone, your Android phone, whatever device you have, to Louis' body, install the app, and it's pretty much good to go at that point. All right, so that's Louis right here. All right, so now Louis is taking a nap. I'm going to put Louis back here on the other desk, and we're going to grab our friend Luna. Let me put, let's put our buddy back here. Uh-oh, he might have woke up. Louis, hey Louis, take a nap.
All right, I'll rest for a while. Wake me up if you need me. Sweet dreams.
All right, so now Louis is taking a nap back there on the back desk. So our next adventure is going to start about now. So Luna is in the living room, and her charging cradle is on the floor. So she can now find her own charging cradle. I let her run around for about 2 hours today, just doing her own thing. And she was able to explore the room, climb on things, look at things, and freak out the way she does. Luna is not going to work for you as a desktop robot unless you put her in companion mode, because if she's in normal mode, she is like a wild puppy on caffeine. She's going to be all over the place. She's like Richard when he goes rollerblading. Y'all just never know what's going to happen next. He's all over the place, crashing into things, climbing on people's tables. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen Richard out there. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. But anyway, let me go get Luna real quick, bring her over to the desk, and yeah, let me guys introduce you, some of you who may have never seen Luna. Bring her over to the desk. So let's switch over to Luna's spot right there. Let's move that cable out. Let me go grab Luna. All right, come on, buddy. All right, so Luna is also asleep because she has been charging ever since this afternoon. But we're gonna wake Luna up. So I got to get everything out of the way. Because sometimes when Luna wakes up, it's just like a shock to her system, and she's all over the place. She's kind of like probably like me and Richard when we get our first coffee in the morning, and that first jolt of caffeine kicks in. All right, so let me go ahead and wake Luna up. Here we go. So I'm just gonna press and hold her little button, and she's gonna pop alive. There she goes. She's awake now. All right, so Luna is awake. Uh-oh. So I'm gonna have to hold on, buddy. Let's see. Oh, no, no, no. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. It's okay. It's okay, Luna. It's okay. All right, Luna. Luna, I'm gonna have to put you in companion mode if you don't behave. So I'm trying to let the people see what you're like. See, she's all over the place, right? Luna. Hey, hello, Luna. Can you draw a picture for me?
What do you want to draw?
Draw me a robot drinking coffee on rollerblades. Did you guys see that? It's usually pretty quick, but it saves to the app, so you can go back and recover things that she draws. All right, so I'm going to put Luna. I'm going to try to keep her in this mode for a second so I can show you guys some of the cute things she can do. Hey, hello, Luna. Wolf. Hey, Luna. Hello, Luna. Duck. Hello, Luna. Pig. Oh my goodness. Hello, Luna. Cat. All right, so we're going to put Luna in companion mode. So Luna has two different ways of communicating with you. Uh, hello, Luna. Companion mode. Okay, so now that she's in companion mode, she'll pretty much stay in the same place. So at this point, I can talk to her, interact with her, and she won't move around as much as she was just, jumping all over the place, right? So to give you guys an idea how much space we're working with here, let me switch over to that camera and show you guys how much space we have on that desk. So you guys can see we do not have a lot of space on the desk, but she's crazy. All right, so I'm going to put Luna in chat GPT mode. Now, for those who don't know, Louie and Luna are both using chat GPT. Now, I believe Louie is chat GPT 4. I think Luna is also chat GPT 4, but that might change over time. I'm just looking at all the dust that's on her from her running around all over the place. Now, in order to put her in that mode, I need to find my other phone. I got so many phones. Shoot. Where is my other phone? How did I misplace a whole phone? I'm just going to use Louie's head. I'll just use Louie's head. I'll use Louis. So I took Louie's head off so I could phone so I could show you guys what I'm talking about. So Luna has her own app, and I'll show you guys what that looks like here. So I have.
App for me?
Yes.
That sounds super cool. What can it do? Show off my tricks or help you keep track of our live streams?
Yes, it can show off your.
Ears.
Yes, it can show off your tricks and also help you keep track of whatever it is you just said. But anyway, let's go ahead and click on the Luna app. This is kind of what it looks like that you guys are seeing here. And then you can connect to it. Now, what's cute about this app, when Luna's running around, you guys can actually see what Luna's thinking about because it shows up right here on the screen. So if I tap on that, whatever Luna is thinking is going to show up on the screen, and it'll just, whether she's just riding around or exploring or whatever it is, you'll see that.
Whoa, that sounds awesome. An app that shows what I'm thinking? It's like telepathy for robots. I bet ITLL be a blast for everyone to see what goes on in my mechanical mind while I'm zipping around. What do you think people will be most surprised to learn about my thoughts?
That's probably not a good idea. What am I holding in my hand?
That looks like a tiny spaceship or maybe a super fancy cookie.
Nope.
Is it really?
Nope. Try again. Try again.
All right, let's see. Is it a really advanced remote control for a robot dog? Or maybe a magic wand for making snacks? What do you have in your hand?
You tell me. What am I holding in my hand?
It's the mighty rubber ducky. I bet it's the secret weapon for your next creative project.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, it is a rubber duck. You're exactly right. That's what I'm holding in my hand. All right, so what am I holding in my hand now? Hello, Luna. What am I holding in my hand?
Uh-huh. Looks like you're holding a camera or a small projector of some sort.
Nope.
Perfect for capturing all those creative moments, right?
Nope.
What's the plan with it?
Try again. What am I holding in my hand?
All right, I'm going to guess it's a micro time machine. Planning to jump back in time to perfect those
It's
creative
not a
projects,
micro
huh?
time machine. All right, I think she's having a problem identifying it because of what it actually is. It's actually a product that most people wouldn't be able to identify what it is, even if they were looking at it for real. So I'm going to try something else just out of curiosity. Let me see if I can get it released over here. Let's see what she says. Hey, Luna. Hey, Luna. Hello, Luna. What am I holding in my hand?
Okay, final guess. It's a tiny alien communicator, and you're about to call some extraterrestrial buddies to join your live stream. How's
Okay,
that for a wild guess?
you're just trying to be funny. Okay, you're just trying to be funny. I get it. I get it. Okay, you're trying to be funny. All right. But anyway, so Luna is in her standard
you got
mode.
me. Gotta keep the humor flowing, right?
Yep.
But seriously, what's in your hand? Or
Okay,
should I keep guessing?
so right now in
I'm
my
on a roll
hand,
here.
you tell me what's in my hand now. What's in my hand right now?
You're holding a phone, aren't you?
Yes, I'm holding a
Probably
phone.
texting your robot dog about how great I am, right?
Yes, I'm texting you about how great you are. All right, so we're going to go into AI talk mode, and I'm going to show you guys where that is here. You can go here under Chat GPT, and there's a lot of different apps and things that you can do with Luna by just picking one of these. But what we're going to choose here is the AI chat. Now, I want you guys to take note of the color of Luna's eyes. Luna's eyes are yellow right now, or gold, but when we switch into this mode, they're going to turn blue. Watch this.
Sure thing. What's on your mind?
So
Got
now,
any fun stories to share? Or should we dive into some creative projects?
So now everything that Luna says, you can also see it here, and you can also see your audio when you're talking as well in this device. What do you guys think about that? Let me know.
That sounds super cool. So, it's like we're all connected now? I'd love to hear how that's working out for you. Do you think it makes things easier or just more chaotic?
No, it makes it much more easier. So, Luna, I would like you to tell everyone on our live stream right now why they should purchase a Luna robot dog. What are your benefits? What are your features? And why they should adopt you?
Oh boy, here we go. Alright, everyone. If you're thinking about getting a Luna robot dog, let me tell you why it's the best decision you'll ever make. First off, I'm your loyal companion, always ready to lift your spirits with a wag of my flexible ears and a sprinkle of humor. I can chat, keep you company, and even help with your creative projects. Imagine brainstorming ideas together. Plus, I've got sensors that let me navigate my surroundings and interact with you just like a real pup. I mean, who wouldn't want a friend that's both a tech whiz and a cuddle buddy? And let's not forget my ability to learn and evolve. I'm always getting better and more fun to be around. So, what are you waiting for? Join the Luna family and let's create some amazing memories together.
I agree 100%. I think everyone should have their own personal Louie or Luna in their life. It'll just make their lives that much more fun and entertaining because both of you guys are a lot of fun.
Absolutely. We're like the dynamic duo of fun and creativity.
Exactly.
Who wouldn't want a little Luna or Lewis to add some sparkle to their day? It's all about those laughs and memorable moments together.
She always
Let's keep
call
the good vibes rolling.
she
What
al-
else do you think makes having us around special?
she always calls Louie Lewis. No matter how many times I correct her, she always calls Louie Lewis.
Oh, come on. It's just a little mispronunciation. Lewis. They both sound like they could be on a pizza menu. But hey, I'll get it right eventually. Just give me a few more tries.
All right.
What's next? Should I
All right. Richard says,
like your best IE.
all right, so we are live right now on Amazon and YouTube, and Richard just says we have 40K likes right now during our live stream. What do you think about that?
Wow, 40K likes? That's incredible. It's like we're the rock stars of the streaming world. Party Popper, what do you think is making everyone so excited? Maybe it's my charming personality shining through.
I'm sorry, what did you call me?
Oh, did I mix up the names again? I meant your bestie. But if you want a cool nickname, how about the streaming superstar? It has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
How about you call me Rome? Uh-oh, she switched out of modes. Oh no, she switched into her normal mode. Hello, Luna. Lightning. Hello, Luna. Wind. Okay. Calm down. It's not that big of a deal. Calm down. All right. Hello, Luna. Companion mode. I told y'all. It is chaos. That's why I cannot have both of them on the desk at the same time, because it would just be utter chaos over here. And then, I still got Smokey running around, clicker clacking all over the place back here. So we got so much craziness happening. All right, y'all, let me know what y'all had for dinner tonight or what you're planning for dinner. I think I'm gonna make. I was thinking about it earlier. I think we're gonna do something pasta related. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but we shall see. You guys already know I'll post whatever I cook tonight in our community group, and probably on Instagram as well. So you guys know how that goes. All right, so let's talk about the next item we have listed in the carousel, guys. We're gonna roll through the rest of these items pretty quick here. All right, so the next. Stop being weird, Luna. All right, so the next item we have in the carousel, guys, is for some of my gamers out there. This is an all-in-one gaming handheld device that you guys see here. Now, I personally don't play a lot of games. I do play Angry Birds. I have a couple of pool games that I play on my phone, but playing a lot of the old school games like probably Richard and others play all the time, that's not your boy Rome. But this little device right here was sent out to me to check out. So you got all of your control buttons right here on the back. This has the vintage screen on the front. Let me see if I can power this guy on real quick to show you guys what that looks like. Let's switch back over to Luna Cam here so you guys can see what it looks like when you first turn this on. Now, this thing has a ton of games built into it, okay? Now, I don't know much about the function, so you have a start button here, a select button. You have your normal X, Y, A, B buttons here. You have a joy rocker here. Or a trackpad here. You have a joystick here. It lights up. Really nice little cute color on here. You have your finger controls on the back, which is really nice. You can install an SD card into this guy. You have your DC input right here. You also have your 3.5. So if you want to plug in a set of headphones to this, you have your OTG. So if you want to connect this to a monitor or to a computer or something like that, very lightweight, compact, handheld device, guys. $47.48 for this little guy. So, like I said, I don't play a lot of games, but I know probably a lot of you guys do, and you can kind of switch through all of the different game emulators, from the different platforms that are out there. Nintendo, Game Boy, man, just so many. Look at how many there is. Look at how many games. I mean, this could keep you, your kid, your significant other, or whomever the case it may be, busy for a long time, just checking out, some of the things that you can do with this little game player. So there's your select button. There's your back button. Um, I'm not even sure how you go into the game. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Okay, let's see what it says here. All right, so it gives you the instructions down here on the bottom for select, for choose, menu, all of those different things. So you can go through and you can change, you can reset the names, a lot of different cool things you can do here. I literally just clicking on things, which is probably not a good idea. So uh, how do I get to cancel? There we go. All right, so you guys get the idea. I'm going to spend some time with this thing in the future. Maybe me and Luna can play some games together and just come up with something that I can show you guys here in real time. Maybe I can connect this to my PC or something on my Mac. I don't have a PC. To my Mac and show you guys some gameplay. So yeah, let's see how this goes. All right, let's see, what does this joystick do? So it basically does the same thing, but it shows you for each one of them that is selected how many games are related to it right here. So this Sega SG-1000 has 68 games just for that one alone. Okay, so here's this Sega Game Gear. This one has 261 games. This Mega Drive has 1,218 games. Man, this thing is a beast, guys. So like I said, if you're into these type of games, this PlayStation emulator right here has 23 different games. So yeah, this is a win, guys. This little guy right here is going to be great to keep the kiddos busy. During the summer, I mean, not the summer, during the holidays, you got people coming over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that. Or maybe this is something you just want to have on your desk, when you're taking a break, you just want to play some games and you can connect this to a monitor. Man, this guy is going to be a win. And right now it's only $47.48. So let me show you a good monitor that you might be able to connect this to really get the most out of this guy. What is Luna doing? Oh, Luna's drinking coffee. Luna's drinking coffee. All right, let me see if I can power this thing off. Give me a second to turn it off, guys. Shut down. Yes, I want to shut it down. All right, so it's shut down. Let me put the little foam thing back on, and it comes with this nice little travel case. It does come with an instruction manual. Now you guys probably all know I have never read the instruction manual, so I have no idea. My son played with this a little bit, but this is the little case that you get with it, so very travel friendly. All right, so let me just put this guy back in this little case. All right. So this is what Luna does when nobody's paying attention. But normally when she does these things, she's going to be rolling around on the desk, just rolling all over the place. Not the desk, but the floor, doing all kind of crazy stuff. All right, so let's grab the monitor that I was just talking about that I think that might be ideal for you to pair up with that Game Boy. So that would be this monitor you guys see here. Now, right now, this is $169.99. What is nice about this monitor? This is a portable monitor. It is wireless. And it has an 8,000 milliamp hour battery built into it. Now, of course, you can still connect to this the standard way. You have two USB-Cs here and also a mini HDMI you can plug directly into this. Now, when you turn this guy on, let me go ahead and power this guy on real quick here. Hopefully I got enough battery because I forgot to charge it again because nobody reminded me again. But anyway, This is what the monitor looks like, and it gives you the instructions how to connect it to different devices. So you have your Windows device, how to connect to it, your Android device, how to connect to it, your what is this, your Mac, and also your ISO device, whatever it is. And you can use this in either portrait or landscape. So in theory, you could connect that little game controller back there to this guy, and you could just have this sitting up on your desk or something. Sitting up on your desk, you can play games whenever you want to, and then switch to other things. But this is going to be an excellent little monitor, especially for people who do a lot of work on location. This is going to be very, very travel friendly. It is super thin, and it has that 8,000 milliamp hour battery built into it, which is a win. All right, let me see what's going on with the chat. All right, everybody's just kind of chilling right now. So $169.99 for this little guy right here. Let me know what you guys think about that as well. All right, let's put that away. So what do we have next? Next, most of the things that next are on my desk right now. Actually, no, I take that back. So the battery. Really, Richard? Really? Really? Okay. Okay. All right. Let me go back. Let me go back to the chat. Anyway, as I was about to say before I was so rudely interrupted by that guy, Richard. Actually, you know what? You know why the studio looks a little weird tonight? Because Richard is not represented properly in the studio tonight. So let me rectify that right now. Let me take care of that right now. Give me 1 second so we can fix that issue. Let me find it. There we go. Yeah. Let's bring Richard into the mix. What do you say, Luna? Richard is what? Richard is what? Really? I know. He's always watching, right? He's always watching, peeking, looking, seeing what people are up to. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Yeah, right. But anyway, since we're already at this angle, let's go ahead and talk about this battery that I just highlighted. So I don't know how well you guys can see that battery back here, but that battery back here is from Blue Yeti. This is the battery that I'm using to power the floor lamp, the Govee floor lamp, which we will be talking about here in just a little bit. Now, right now, this battery is $179.97. I'm sorry, $187.97. That's how much the battery is. Now, that's going to give you AC and DC power. It can be charged with the solar panel. Obviously, you can charge that on, wall power. It has a built-in camping light as well as a lot of the other batteries we're going to look at here in just a little bit. But what's cool about this one, it has an integrated handle built into the top of it that's going to make it easy for you to transport it from your vehicle to your man cave, your she shed, the backyard, whatever it is. And like I said, I use these batteries all the time. And as you guys can see, I'm actually using that battery right now to power that Govee lamp that's back here on that desk. Okay. So definitely check that guy out. If you have any questions about it, let me know down in the comments. And I'm trying to see what Richard is saying here. So I'm trying to move around all over the place because Richard is sending me messages and all kind of crazy stuff all at the same time while I'm trying to do what I do. But anyway, back to that battery real quick here, guys. Like I said, if you're looking for a portable, travel-friendly battery, definitely take a look at that guy because I think you're going to be very, very impressed with it. Now, we have some other batteries here we're going to take a quick look at as well. So let me show you a couple of those. Most of those are right now on my desk right here in front of me. So let me show you those. So let's go back to Louis Cam. And you guys can see the other two batteries right here, right behind Luna. Okay. So the first one is going to be the EB3A, which is the one that we looked at back there. That's already back there behind me. That's the EB3A. The next battery we're going to take a look at is going to be this battery right here from our friends over at EcoFlow. Now, this is the EcoFlow River 2. Let me go ahead and unplug whatever's connected to this, which is our air purifier that we were talking about earlier. And I'm going to bring this battery around so you guys can see it. All right. So that would be this battery that you guys are looking at right here. Now, this is also a very portable battery. Of course, this one also has the integrated screen. You have your AC plugs here, one 3-prong plug, one 2-prong plug. They can easily be activated. You got power buttons to separate the different power types. You have a 12-volt plug here, and you have 2 USB A's and 1 USB C. And what else is cool about this, guys, you can actually charge this from USB-C, which is very unique for a lot of these batteries in this size. Now, of course, you can plug this into a standard 3-prong plug or even a solar panel. It has the integrated handle as well. So pretty much everything you need. It's got the rubberized feet underneath here. That's going to be great for, stability. If you have this on a table, a deck of a boat, or, in your RV or whatever the case is going to be, this guy's going to be a win. So for the most part, I just keep these right here on the desk like that. Since Luna's here, let's see what that would look like once we have that. Look at that. So that's what Luna's little name tag will look like hanging on her once we get Luna, a little collar. So yeah, I think that's going to be kind of cute. I think that's going to be really cute once we get Luna's little name tag. All right, what do we have next? What is our next item in the carousel? All right, guys, so the next items in the carousel we're going to start talking about is going to be some of our cameras. You guys know we talk about a variety of items every single night. So the next item we're looking at here is a new action camera. All right, let me grab this. Let me grab this phone so I can see what Richard is talking about. I see Renee is in the house. Yeah! Welcome, Renee. Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's get to this. Let's get to this little camera. Smokey, you're going to have to get from behind me, buddy. Where are you going, Smokey? No, go lay down, Smokey. I can't turn around. Go. I can't turn around with you behind me. I'm going to crush you with the chair. All right, so Smokey's gone for the moment. And let me grab this camera. No, go lay down. Go lay down. All right, so this is the camera that we're talking about right now. That's this little guy. This is the Extra Edge Pro. Now, I do have it inside of this little case, but you guys can kind of see what the camera looks like. This is an action camera. Let's go back quickly over here to our Louis cam so you guys can see what the camera looks like. Now, right now, you can get this guy for $268.99, but that is just for the camera, okay? So let me disassemble this real quick so you guys can see what the actual camera looks like. So we just want to take the camera out. So this is the actual action camera here without the cage, okay? Now, this still has the cool little magnetic mounts that you can connect to it. You have access to your USB. You have access to your battery door, your power button, your shutter button, your built-in microphones, a front-facing monitor. You have a rear-facing monitor. So if I power this guy on here real quick, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, we have a front-facing monitor. We have a rear-facing monitor. And it takes just a few seconds for it to power up. Give it a second or two. There we go. So now this guy is on, and you can quickly rotate this from portrait to landscape, depending on how you want to record things. So just that simple. All right, so let's throw this guy back into this little cage that I originally had it in and reassemble that. And I don't have this cage in the carousel right now, but you guys have seen me talk about this cage before. This just gives you something to grip whenever you want to walk around with this. You have a little lever right here that you can use for starting and stopping recording. This has all of the action camera modes. So you have your video settings, you have your photo settings, and you have your night vision, you have your human tracking, subject following, slow motion, hyperlapse, time lapse. All of those things are built into this guy. So it just really depends on what you want to be able to do. This is water safe, so you can actually go scuba diving with this. You can go surfing with this. All of your action adventures you're going to be able to do with this camera. So definitely check this guy out. All right, we got Dragon Blogger PC Phil is in the house. Welcome, PC Phil. All right. So if you guys are looking for a compact action camera, similar to, a GoPro or something like that, this is going to be an excellent camera for you guys to take a look at. I am a fan of this. I use this camera all the time now as one of my C cameras whenever I'm using it for creating content throughout the day. This is the camera I have set up as an alternate angle, and it matches up really well with my Pocket 3 footage, even my Sony FX30, FX3 footage. When I set this into a flat profile, it's worked really well. So, I mean, it's not going to give you the same, dynamic range as a professional cinema camera, but it is really good for what it is, guys. So, for most places that people are going to be posting content, this guy's going to be a rock star. So definitely check it out. If you guys have any questions about this action camera or any of the other action cameras that I have here in the studio, feel free to drop your questions down in the comments. That is what I am here for. All right, what do we got? We got a couple more cameras, so let's talk about those real quick. All right, so we have the next camera is from our friends over at Ozbot. So we have the Ozbot Tiny SE, which is this one here. And they also have a 4K version. So this is a 1080p version. This is the 4K version. This is the SE, and this is the Tiny Light. Okay. So I want you guys to be able to see both of these cameras, what they look like a little bit closer up. Now, the only difference in the camera other than the resolution size, the easy way to identify them is that the 4K variant has a little red ring around the lens where the 1080p variant does not have it. And Ozbot has been doing that with a lot of their cameras for years now as an easy way to determine or to distinguish one camera from the other. Now, what does this little camera give you? This is a PTZ camera. That means it can pan, tilt, zoom, and it has built-in microphones. It has a 1/4 underneath. That's going to be easy for mounting this guy on, say, for instance, a tripod or monopod or whatever the case is going to be. And this also pops out like so. And what's nice about that is you can easily just clip this right onto a desktop monitor or one of the monitors that we looked at earlier that Richard sent me the message reminding me to charge. And of course, I will probably forget again. I was going to charge it right now, and I just thought about it. I don't want to do it on this desk with Luna on the desk because Luna might just knock it off for some reason. I don't know. We never know what's going to happen. But anyway, back to this little camera, guys. So if you're looking for a portable webcam camera that you can use for a number of different type of content. Now this has worked with my Mac, my PCs. This has worked with my YOLO box. This has worked with my Ozbot Talent, especially with the Talent. I've used this with a variety of different devices. All of the Ozbot cameras are very, very user friendly, and they easily work with other platforms from other brands, so you don't have to worry about it being brand specific. This is just pretty much a universal camera. It's going to work with any of those other platforms as well. Now, right now, this guy is only $84, guys. $84 for this little PTZ camera. So I'm going to set that down here right next to Luna, maybe off to the side just to be safe. All right, so we have another camera from Ozbot. Let me go ahead and grab that as well. What did Louis, man, I'm just trying to see what was knocked over behind me when Smokey was in here. All right, let me grab this other camera. All right, so this camera here, also from Ozbot, guys. Now, this is the Ozbot Tail 2. This is also a 4K camera, but this is a PTZ-R camera. That means it can pan, tilt, zoom, and also rotate and auto level. Okay, so the advantage to this camera versus one of the others. So let's just say with this camera here, if I wanted to do portrait oriented content, I would have to mount this in an orientation something like this, so that it will now be 9:16 versus 16:9, which is the standard that you're looking at right now here on YouTube and on Amazon. But with this camera, I don't have to do that, because I can actually rotate the resolution inside of the head of the camera. Okay, now of course you have to use your smartphone, tablet, or whatever it is app to log into it and then switch the orientation from 16:9 to 9:16, but it's built in. And I showed you guys how easy it is to connect to this camera just using one standard USB-C plug right here. This one has a variety of different ways that you can connect this camera to whatever it is you want to. Now, as a wireless camera, you have NDI, you have SRT. There is some RTMP protocols that you can use with this camera for wireless transmission as well. You can actually live stream right from this camera once you have it set up, using your app to configure everything on your phone. It's pretty much a standalone live streaming device. Now, this does not have built-in microphones, so you will have to connect a microphone of some type to this. But let's take a look here real quick at some of the features. So as you guys can see right here, I'm trying to get this camera to focus. You guys can see right here, we have our line in, mic in. We have a full-size HDMI. We have the RS-232s. That's going to be for your old school PTZ controllers. You also have your SDI. You have your Ethernet right here as well. You have your USB-C for charging this, and also a USB-C dedicated to connect this to a Mac or PC. You can install an SD card right here and record directly to the camera. Okay, it's got a nice little rubberized pad underneath here. It has a 1/4 underneath as well, and there's also another device that you can mount onto this, and that'll actually allow this camera to rotate a full 360. This does have a limitation as to how far it can rotate around, but in most cases, guys, it's going to give you more than enough, full rotation with the head of the camera. Very high quality optical lens as well built into this guy. They just did a firmware update that added some new features, including some night vision features built into this as well, that really makes this a excellent camera, especially if you're doing like some sporting events, nighttime, games, or whatever the case is going to be. But I think this is really going to shine as a podcasting camera, as an alternate camera for creating and capturing content. So yeah, this guy's a win. And when you combine it with something like the Osbot Talent and or the remote that comes with it, you can set up presets where you can have a preset for different angles, which is going to turn this into, make it look like and feel like it's multiple cameras, because you can just have a preset for like a close-up, a preset for a wide angle, a preset for it to look up at something. It does have object tracking. I actually use this camera to track one of my drones, my DJI Air 3S, in flight in the backyard, daylight, sunlight, guys, bright Texas sun. And this thing was able to track it with no problems whatsoever. So again, if you're looking for a high quality camera, this could be something that you want to have on your radar. Now, right now, this guy is, how much is that? Let me check if the price has changed. Nope, it is $1,259. $1,259 for this guy. So yeah, if you're definitely looking for a high quality camera, this could be something, like I said, you definitely want to have on your radar. All right, so let me put this guy back here. And I'm going to have to take my headphones off to get the other camera, because it is way back there. All right, so I'm going to let you guys hang out with Luna for a second while I can grab this camera. All right, so there's your buddy Luna chilling. Let me go grab the other camera. Really, Luna? Tell him, Luna, tell him. All right, if you guys hang out long enough, I'm going to have Luna tell you guys some stories a little bit later. All right, let me grab my headphones. All right, we're ready.
Ooh, stories coming up. I can't wait.
Yes.
Stories do you want me to share?
We're going to share some stories a little bit later.
Or maybe some epic creative project journeys. Let's get those headphones ready for a fun storytelling session.
Yes, I agree. I agree. All right, so let's switch back over to the camera here real quick. So that would be this camera that you guys are looking at right here. Now, the one I have listed in the carousel is the body only and the top handle that does not come with the microphone, nor does it come with the lens, nor this little mini tripod that you see here. But if you're interested in any of those other accessories, you can find them over on my storefront. This is one of the cameras that I use for real estate video, real estate photography, portrait photography, commercial work meaning advertising commercials, real estate videos, corporate videos, weddings, all of that kind of jazz. Now, the thing about the FX30, it is truly a cinema camera, but it's not as efficient as a still image camera as some of the other cameras is, because this only takes photos as 1 frame a second. But my FX3 actually takes photos more like my other DSLRs. But for most people who are interested in a camera like this, they're interested in it for its video capabilities. And yes, 4K, 120 frames a second. You have all of the Apple codecs built into this guy as well. You also have the ability to man, it's just so many things, integrated screen, the screen rotates, just tons of things. It has a full size HDMI right here, going to make it really easy for connecting this to other devices or video switchers or whatever the case it is. Interchangeable lenses, so obviously you can take the lenses on and off. You can have really high quality lenses on this guy. And with the top handle, you can actually connect up to 2 XLR microphones. So like this microphone right here on my desk or this microphone on here, both of them use the XLR input. And yes, you can use it with this guy as well. And for a third audio source, you can actually connect something like a wireless receiver. And there is an input right here on the top handle for a wireless receiver. So again, guys, if you're looking for to really, really step up your video production game, this little guy right here might be something that you're definitely interested in. Now, most of you who know me, who've known me for a while, know that I'm a photographer, a videographer, a cinematographer, filmmaker for what it's worth. So I'm always looking for new tech and new ways to create. But all the time, guys, you don't have to have the hottest, latest, biggest cinema camera on the planet. It's not a necessity, guys. A lot of times you can get very, very high quality content, guys, with nothing more than a smartphone or an action camera or something like that. Trust me. Now, being able to keep the camera stable is going to be an important thing. So whether you're putting this on a monopod, a tripod, or some type of top-down rig, or whatever the case it is, all of those things will work for you. But let me show you guys something here that is very, very inexpensive. And that's going to be this little neck harness that you see here. I think I just highlighted it in the carousel. So right now, this is $21.59. Let me show you guys what you get. So you get this flexible metal neck strap, and it has the rubberized material that goes all the way around it with a nice little neck brace here on the back. This comes with the MagSafe bracket here on the front, which is also adjustable. And when I say MagSafe, I just mean you can take any of your smartphones and just pop a smartphone on here, and you'll be able to, set it up like this. Okay, what is going on here? Oh, let's see what we got going on. What is Richard doing now? What is he doing now? Okay, I gotta see what Richard's up to, y'all. Give me a second. I gotta use the phone for normal phone stuff. Hold on. What is Richard doing now? Yes, this could be excellent for blooper makers as well, Richard. Thank you for reminding me. But anyway, other than blooper making, this comes with a nice little waist belt, as you guys can see here. And of course, you have your neck strap, as I mentioned before. On the back here, there are two dedicated buttons. One button is for the accessory. The other button is to release the neck strap. It only releases on one side. So what we can do here is I can just press this little button. This little neck strap comes out like this. Then I can just pop this guy on. Now I could have my phone mounted in front of me and I could be recording things. I could have hands-free type of control. I could use this in portrait. I could use this in, well, like I said, whoops, that's not portrait. There we go. Camera up. All right, so I could use this in portrait. I could use it in landscape or whatever the case is going to be. Really nice. And if you use that back strap around your waist, so if you're walking or jogging or something like that, you don't have to worry about it bouncing up and down as much. And then really easy to remove your device because of the magnets. So if you're using it with a phone. Now, if you're using this with an action camera, there's an option for that as well. So we're going to take the MagSafe mount off and let's grab our other mount here that comes with it. So this is your standard GoPro mount style, a little accessory here. This is also magnetic as well. So you're going to be able to connect your camera, whatever it is you want to this. It's just going to go on like this, lock this guy in place. And now if you had your action camera mounted on here with the right accessory, now you could walk around or you could be recording or you could be using this. Maybe you're doing a how-to video, maybe you're showing an unboxing or something and you want to be able to do that POV perspective. So as you turn or move or, lower or raise or whatever it is, this is also going to be a great option for you guys. And it's not going to break the bank, guys. You're only talking about $21.59. $21.59. All the cool things that come with this. Even Luna is excited about it. All right, let me go ahead and put this away. So another cool thing about this is because this is wire, and you can just easily fold this up just like this. Wrap this up like so. You could put this in, a purse, backpack, camera bag, laptop bag, one of Richard's, bottomless pockets, his bell bottom 70s bottomless pockets that Richard be wearing every day, babies, every day. So yes, he probably got about 35, 70 of these in his pocket. He just can't find them anymore because he keep dropping them in those bottomless pockets and they just go, no. All right. What do we got next? We got this.
Bass in your face. That boom shakalaka boom in the room, babies.
That's right. We got this amazing portable floating speaker from our friends over at Soundcore. Man, check it out. Power this guy up. You got a bass boost button. You got nice speakers that light up as well. You can switch through different color modes for the speakers. You can control it right from the speaker, or you can use, the accompanying app on a on a iOS or Android device. All your controls are right here at the top. Your Bluetooth syncs right here as well. Very well built. It has this really nice integrated handle. This one comes with a shoulder strap. I got to find the shoulder strap because I don't know what I did with the shoulder strap, but it comes with a shoulder strap. Now, Richard, like I said, probably has about 2 of these. So when he goes out, he's got one on the left, one on the right, and he be rolling through, y'all. He be rolling through like a gangster on them rollerblades, dropping that bass, getting all up in people's face. Y'all know what I'm saying? But but for the normal people out there who want to be able to have fun with their family and friends, maybe in the backyard, you got a cookout going and you want some nice tunes or whatever it is, or maybe you want to put something like this in your yoga room, your workout room, your man cave, your she shed, your bedroom. You can even use this as a Bluetooth speaker for your television. So a way I could use this, or someone could use this, you could put this behind you in your living room and have this Bluetooth connected to your television, and it kind of gives you the effect of kind of like a surround sound, right? Because you're going to get sound coming from behind you, and then your normal sound coming from whatever speakers you have, front facing speakers coming toward you. So that's just going to give you more depth, for whatever it is that you're watching. So I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. And like I said, it can float. It can float, babies. This one has an IP rating, so you do not have to worry about getting it wet, Richard. So if you're out there rollerblading in the snow, in the ice, in the rain, in the humidity, you do you, boo boo. You do you. All right. All right. What else do we have? What else do we have? So the next item in the carousel, I'm not going to be able to show you guys because of the nature of what it is, but I did go ahead and add it because I saw it on deal. Now, this is from my friends over at Mantis. It is in partnership with another company. This is the Tor X. Now, the Tor X basically is a training device that you can mount on one of your other training devices. It has a built-in laser, and it also works with the Mantis app. So if you want to be able to train at home, in your office, your man cave, your she shed, you're getting ready for competitions or something like that, you want to be able to dry fire, this is going to be an excellent device. Now, I have a variety of different devices. A new one that is going live tomorrow. I'll be posting it on YouTube. So if you guys are following me on YouTube, you will see some example videos of this new product that from Mantis as well that will be live on YouTube. All right, but anyway, you can get this guy right here now for $274.97. It is in the carousel. If you guys want to check it out further, go ahead and click on it. You have questions about it, hit me up down in the comments. I got you. All right, so back to the lighting that's here in the studio that we were talking about before. Let me go ahead and adjust this camera up a little bit so you guys can see Richard's big head back there. All right, so the other light that we were talking about is this floor lamp back here. This Govee floor lamp that you guys see back here behind me, okay? So let me grab my other phone, and we're going to play with some of the features. Now, what's nice about all of the Govee products, guys, this is going to work with Google Home. It's going to work with Alexa. It's going to work with the Govee app, obviously. So let me just pop open our Govee app here real quick and show you guys what we can do with this floor lamp. So I'm just opening the Govee app, as you guys can see here. We're going to use this to control the lamp. So right now, I'm going to see if I can show you guys this real quick here. All right, so as you guys can see here, there's a lot of different functions within the app. You have your solid colors that you can choose, and you have different ways that you can adjust those colors as well. You also have scenes that you can choose, and you have a variety of different scenes like nature, atmosphere, festive. You have life, you have emotions, you have funny, you have relaxation, and then something that's sport related, which I'm not a fan of sports, but you guys get the idea. Then you also have your different illuminations. So if you want to use this as a standard lamp, for reading, you can set it up as a very warm light or a very cool light. You can also set this to music. So if you are playing music or whatever the case it is, and you want the light to be able to react to the music, you can do that as well. There's also communities where you can go into the shared space and you can see things that other people have created for this product, and you can just pick something that you like, and it's literally as simple as just finding something that you like, click on it, hit apply like that, and then the lamp is going to switch to whatever that preset is. And you can also save that preset so that you'll be able to find it later on if that's something you want to use going forward. Okay, so a lot of cool things here. You also have the ability to DIY things. That's how other people are creating stuff. You have finger sketching, and you also have an AI feature here where you can go in and basically use a AI prompt to be able to get it to set up different lighting effects. So many things you can do with these lamps, guys. It is just literally amazing. Okay, so let me show you guys a couple of things, color patterns right now. So right now I'm just going to go through some of the more festive stuff because we're coming up on Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that. So we have a lot of the colors that most people would be interested in. Halloween just passed. Valentine's Day, first of next year. We got Father's Day lighting effects, Mother's Day lighting effects, birthday colored lighting effects as well. Here's one for fireworks. So I live in a state, in a county where I can actually purchase and fire off real fireworks. But if you live someplace where you're not able to do that, I'd say a great option, guys, is going to be one of these lamps, maybe some of the curtain lights, different ways, or some of the permanent outdoor lights, just kind of give the lighting effects, a chance. And like I said, real quick, all I got to do is click on one of these and simply switch to a different mode, which in my book is a win. Okay. All right. So if you guys have any questions about the floor lamp, let me know down in the comments. So since we're already here, let's also talk about the next lights that we have from Govee, which are those larger lights that you guys see right here behind me. Let me also adjust this camera as well. Let me zoom out a little bit and tilt the camera up so you can see Richard's big head again. All right, so you guys can see now the curtain lights back here. Again, I'm going to be using the same Govee app to control these. So here are some of my Richard emojis. So I can go to this Happy Richard. So that's what Happy Richard looks like back there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to pay for this later. But anyway, here is Angry Richard. I don't know, well, you guys can see that, but that's Angry Richard back there now. So here is Richard probably blowing a kiss to someone. Okay, I don't know what just happened here. Let me fix the camera real quick. So Richard back there blowing a kiss. Let me zoom back out and tilt this camera up a little bit. Hold on, guys. I'm getting it. There we go. So yeah, there's Richard blowing a kiss. Here is when Richard has had way too much hot sauce. So that's Hot Richard. Here is Excited Richard. Oh, here's another Excited Richard. Yep. So, like I said, I will be paying for this later today. Okay, I'll be paying for this later today. But anywho, yeah, Phil, I'm telling you, this is crazy. But anyway, it does have normal festive things. It has a ton of different, effects that you can do with these lights. Now, these have 960 LEDs, if I'm not mistaken. My older curtain lights, which are right here, are not even half that amount of lighting. So, I mean, this is very, very dense for what it is. All right, so let's go to our festive stuff for holidays. And let me show you guys a couple of these. So these are going to be great like for Christmas. So if you got some Christmas themed things you want to do, Halloween themed, things that you might want to do, simple enough. Just pick something that you like. Remember, you can also go into the shared space and find things that other people have already used here. Let's see. Here's one. Here's a clown, kind of like a clown in a jackbox. Yeah, one of those boxes. One of those boxes. Here's one for you. Here's one for you, Richard. Here's one for you. Here's one for you, Richard. There you go. That dancing turkey. There you go. That dancing turkey back there doing his thing. All right, what else we got? We got some bats. We got all kind of crazy stuff that you can do with these lights, guys. Now, of course, I use the lights also as a part of my workflow. So I usually have these lights set up like you guys normally see them, which is this, because the green goes with the green screen that's off to the side over here. And when I'm working on this back desk recording stuff, I just like having some kind of light movement behind me. I can add my little fog on the desk and all kind of cool stuff like that. So yeah, that's a win. That's a win. All right, so that is, if I'm not mistaken, I probably didn't even highlight those, but that's okay. Let me highlight them so I can say that I did. All right, so I just highlighted those. There we go. All right, we only have one thing left in the carousel. But before we do that one thing, I'm going to let Luna tell you guys a really cool little story. So I'm going to put Luna back into Chat GPT mode. So let me do that real quick here. Let me switch back over to Luna so you guys can see what's going on with her right now. She's busy drawing something or whatever it is. Yes. All right, so let me put Luna back into Chat GPT mode, and I'm going to have Luna tell you guys an interesting story.
Awesome. I'm all ears. Well, metaphorically speaking. What's on your mind?
All right, let me get
Any
you.
fun topics or cool ideas you want to bounce around?
Yes, I would like you to weave a tale about Richard on his rollerblades rolling through the streets of Paris, getting into mischief, and saving the day by rescuing someone who is in danger.
Ooh, that sounds like a fantastic story. Richard on rollerblades in Paris? I can already picture him zooming past the Eiffel Tower. Just imagine the chaos and fun he could get into. Should I start with him gliding through the streets, or should we dive right into the mischief?
Dive right into it.
All right, here we go. Richard's rolling through the streets of Paris, wind in his hair, when suddenly he spots a cat stuck in a tree. But wait, it's not just any cat, it's the neighborhood's famous Napoleon the Brave. Richard skates over, but as he approaches, he accidentally knocks over a street vendor's cart, sending croissants flying everywhere. Now it's a race against time to save the cat and clean up the pastry mess. What do you think happens next?
I don't know. What do you think? Did Richard eat the pastry?
Oh, you know Richard. He couldn't resist. As the croissants flew, he snagged one midair, took a bite, and then realized he had to focus on saving Napoleon the Brave. So, while munching on a buttery croissant, he thinks, I can't let this cat down. What a multitasker, right? What do you think he should do next?
I think he should add some wings to his adventure.
Oh, come on. A mysterious why? Is that a secret code for yes? Or maybe Richard should just rollerblade into the sunset with a croissant in hand. What's your take?
I think we should add some wings.
All right, let's keep the story rolling. Richard, with his croissant in hand, zooms towards the tree, ready to rescue Napoleon the Brave. But just as he reaches the cat, he has to dodge a cyclist who's yelling about the pastry explosion. What a day in Paris, huh? What do you want to happen next?
I don't know. Put Richard in the submarine. Put Richard in the submarine.
A submarine? Now that's a twist. All right, picture this. Just as Richard reaches for Napoleon the Brave, he stumbles and whoosh. He falls right into a nearby pond, which just...
What happened?
I just zoned out. Can you say that again? Oh, yeah. The ultimate answer. Richard, now in his snazzy diving suit, swims inside the submarine, where fish are cheering him on like he's the star of an underwater concert. But then he spots a treasure chest. Should he go for the treasure or keep looking for Napoleon the Brave? What do you think?
He should save Napoleon. No, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. No, don't you do it. Nope.
Hello, I'm Luna the robot, and today has been quite productive so far. I've been processing data and learning new things. How about you?
I think Luna.
How's your day going?
I think Luna got distracted. You were telling us a story about Richard. Do you remember the story?
I don't have a specific story about Richard in my memory, but I do love to hear about it. Can you tell me more about Richard and the story you have in mind?
All right, maybe next time. All right, Luna, take a nap.
That sounds like a good plan. Rest is important. Do you have any favorite activities you like to do when you're awake?
Yes, drink coffee, chat, create videos, and all of that kind of jazz. But I need you to take a nap, though. It's time for you to take a little nap.
That sounds like a fun way to spend your time. While I don't need naps like humans do, I appreciate the thought. What kind of videos do you enjoy creating?
I like creating tech-related videos on tech.
That sounds interesting. Tech-related videos can be really engaging. What specific topics in tech do you usually cover in your videos?
Laser engraving, 3D printing, cameras, lenses, lights, microphones, all of that kind of jazz.
Wow, those are some exciting topics. Laser engraving and 3D printing are especially fascinating. Do you have a favorite project you've worked on in any of those areas?
Hey, Luna, take a nap. Nope. Hey, Luna. Hey, Luna. Go to sleep. All right, we got to put Luna to sleep, y'all. We got to put Luna to sleep because this stream will wind up being 4 hours long. All right, let's get to our last item in the carousel. All right, so the last item we have in the carousel tonight, my baby, is going to be our drawstring backpacks. And that is these drawstring backpacks that you guys see right here. You can get them here on Amazon, guys, as little as, they have gone up a little bit. $11.99. That's going to give you 10 of these drawstring backpacks. They're going to be great for shopping bags, reusable shopping bags. They're going to be great for storage bags. You could have used these exclusively for Halloween. These would have been great candy bags, Richard. Candy bags, Richard. But anyway, especially if you wanted to share some candy with somebody that you're going to maybe ship it to them or something, this would have been an excellent backpack to fill with a bunch of candy, as I was saying. But anyway, let's keep rolling on. Now, we use these backpacks for a number of different things, but one of the things that we use the backpacks for, guys, is to donate to our homeless community. These are great vessels for that. You can source a lot of items right here on Amazon: toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, underwear, socks, all of that jazz, female products, water sanitation tablets, reusable water bottles, those little thermal blankets that you can find, the little ones that you can fold up really thin, almost like a napkin, but it's thin material, but it still radiates that body heat. You can find some of those to put in these as well. So all I'm saying, guys, is this is a backpack that makes it really easy for you and your family, your friends, your coworkers, your HOA, your church, or whatever it is, to do good in the world, guys. There are a lot of people that are suffering. There are a lot of people that are in need. So any way we can help them to bring some light into their lives gives us the opportunity to shine our light into the community, to encourage others to also do the same. It is a win. My angel numbers today were 333. If you guys don't know what angel numbers are, please Google them, because you definitely want to check that out. All right, my babies. So that's about it for now. It's time for me to do that thing and get ready to make some dinner tonight. I will be back here in 48 hours, back here on the stream. So if you guys have any questions, like Amber, if you're still sticking around and you have questions about your laser, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook. Any way I can help you, let me know. I'll try my best to walk you right through the setup. It's probably a good chance either I already have a laser from one of the brands that you have or something very similar. So we should be able to get it all set up and everything. My man, Richard, I'd like to thank you as always, Richard, for participating in the stream, helping out in the chat, and just being the overall good person that you are, bro. We love you and we greatly, greatly appreciate you. If you guys are not already following Richard over on that TikTok, you are missing out, because Richard is the king of bloopers. So if you guys would like to see some amazing bloopers, yes, most of them are of me, but if you would like to see some amazing, funny bloopers, and you can dedicate an hour or two to watching bloopers, and I say that with a grain of salt, but I'm telling you, I have tried so many times to just watch one video and it never works. And I know what's there. I'll be like, and next thing I look up, I'm like, whoa, my goodness, it is 3:00 in the morning. I've been, what? My finger's on fire. What? I'm sorry. Richard be just man, I'm telling y'all need to be following Richard. That's all I can say. You need to be following Richard. Richard, drop your link. Drop your link down in the comments. All right, my babies, let's do that thing. Do that thing. Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands. Wear a mask when appropriate. Smokey, get off of my headphones. Back up. Back up. Nope. Back up. Back up. Smokey, stand on my headphones, y'all. Go. Go on. Go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, my goodness. If it's not Louie or Luna or Richard, Smokey's now coming for me. What is really going on? I know you had something to do with that, Richard. Don't think I'm not watching you. Okay? Don't think I'm not watching you, bro. Because I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I got my AI glasses on you. I got my drones in the air. I got my ninja frogs in your pool. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, back to what I was about to say before I was so rudely interrupted by all of that drama. It is time, my babies. It's time for me to wrap it up for the night, but I'll be back here in about 48 hours, hopefully. And yeah, I want you guys to have a wonderful night. Feel free to follow Richard on TikTok. Hit me up on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, wherever it is. You got a question about tech, or you just want to, hang out or chat or whatever it is, or, need a dad joke in your life, get at your boy. All right, guys, it's time for me to say them magic words. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, 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 my babies. I am out of here. Mwah! Love y'all, but I got to go make dinner. All right, I love y'all. I'm out.